Hey everybody, it's Des. So, I guess I am ready to talk about this. I haven't talked about it really, like especially my point of view. If you can't guess from the title, yes, there was an accident. Let's just get to the story. So I moved to Vegas from Arizona, obviously. I was doing a lot of traveling when I was in Vegas, but eventually I knew I needed to go back to Arizona to say goodbye to a few people, have one last hurrah, get most of my shit because I did leave all of it because I left on such short notice. Anyways, to do all that, I stayed there for a week. We were coming back for my dad's birthday. When I mean we, it was me, my two brothers, and my oldest sister. So while we were driving to Vegas, we didn't even make it out of Arizona. Started as a tire blowout, turned into a swerve, turned into a rollover to a ditch, causing my brother's car, which we were driving, to get completely totaled, causing my sister to go get airlifted to the hospital for a fractured rib and her bruised lungs and a burn on her neck, which caused me and my brothers to stay in a desert for 3 hours waiting to even be in contact with any family. It was just a lot to handle. It still kind of, a week later, still takes a toll on me. What matters is we all came out of there, you know, obviously breathing, you know, alive. Me and my brothers came out okay. Bumps and bruises, and when I mean bumps and bruises, I literally mean a bump on my head, which still hurts when you touch it, and the fucking biggest bruise you've ever seen in your life. It actually still does hurt, but I mean, it's not as bad as what it was when I first got it, and then it was not as bad as when it was still that weekend. It still freaks me out that I literally walked away from that horrible accident with this little shit. Like I said, I'm not so religious, but I mean, thank God that we literally walked out of there. When I actually mean walked out, I literally mean walked out. The car stopped rolling. I looked at my sister, looked at my brothers, we all said we were okay. I stormed out of the car with one shoe on. Right before the cops came, or before ambulance came, I had probably about 5 or 6 panic attacks. I couldn't breathe. I didn't want to breathe, to be honest. My arm was on fire. It felt like it was on fire because of the bruise. My head was hurting so bad that I couldn't stop crying, you know, and I could stand being in a car now, but ask me to drive anywhere and I will automatically say no. When they flew my sister to a hospital, they flew her to Flagstaff, so we had to drive 3 hours from Kingman to Flagstaff, then drive back the next day to Flagstaff, all the way to Vegas, which was about probably 4 or 5 hours. That car ride from Flagstaff to my house in Vegas was by far the worst drive I've ever had in my life. I'd admit I had a couple of moments where I would bust out crying. It got so bad that once I actually got home and I saw my bed and I couldn't believe I'm actually home, it all just came down and I broke down for a good 20-30 minutes. You know, I had a breakdown a few times, but the worst one was literally once I came into my room and saw all my stuff here and knowing that I probably shouldn't have walked away from that accident. There were some components as to why I really shouldn't have walked away, but I'm not going to get into those because that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is literally just me telling you how I've been feeling. We know this is how Des is. I talk about my feelings to YouTube because for some reason I feel like you guys know how I would feel. It's not that I'm not grateful that I'm alive, it's just I literally know the feeling when somebody says like they got out of a a hole or a situation or an accident like this and they know they shouldn't be alive, I really understand that a lot more now. When I have feelings like that aren't good, when I wake up, and it's not like I wake up in a bad mood, but it's not like I wake up in a good mood. I wake up and I'm like, something's gonna happen and I don't like it. I woke up like that the day of the accident. It's just, I felt like when we left, we shouldn't have left. I felt like we could have at least waited an hour or so. We could have tried to prevent it, but I think regardless of what have happened. So yeah, that is my not so good experience. I am so sorry if this sounded like a really sad video, but we're just all happy that we're actually alive still and kicking, and we're all still with smiles on our faces. And I guess that's the really good part, because I do not handle really bad accident situations very well, and I guess I'm slowly learning how to handle this, especially by myself. I needed to talk, and I did, and now I feel a lot better. As always, all my social media links are down below. I started to use Tumblr. It is life-changing. Follow me on Tumblr. It will be down below. I'm coming out with new videos. I don't know when, but I am. Hopefully you guys are still here with me. And yeah, so see you later.